November's Doom with Bled White. So alright, I know I'm a bit late with this one. I know this album actually came out like a few weeks ago or something like that, so earlier this month, so I'm a bit late covering it, but better late than never, I suppose, and it's still the month of the album's release, so at least I was able to get to it like before this month ends tomorrow, so yeah. And the cool thing about this band's name is that I was born in November. This band is November's Doom, so I really like that. That's something that kind of gravitated me towards them when I first um, discovered them back in 2012. The first album I heard from them was The Pale Haunt Departure, and I really like their sound quite a bit, so that's why I'm covering this album today. So here we go. When I first put this in my car, the first thing I noticed was how loud it was because, like when I first played the CD in my car, like the title track, which is the opener, just like burst through the speakers. Like it felt like an explosion, pretty much. I mean, it's not literally, of course, but I thought maybe it might be succumbing to a bit of loudness war production or something like that because I kind of winced a little bit when I was just listening to it through my car speakers, but I noticed that when I played my CD through the surround sound system, it actually sounds a lot better. It sounds a lot more crisp, and I know Dan Swano actually mixed this, so that's actually really cool. I really like Edge of Sanity and such. I know he's been involved with Opeth, Catatonia, so many different bands that I really, really like, and he himself is a great musician, of course. And just seeing him being involved in November's Doom is really, really cool. So maybe I was just nitpicking earlier about the car speakers. Maybe it's just the car speakers because when I listen to it through here, it actually sounds just a lot better overall. Um, I don't really have all that many complaints because perhaps I was just nitpicking. It actually sounds really good when you just listen to it through the right speakers, that is. For anyone who cares, this is actually quite a long album. It's about 68 minutes and 19 seconds long, approximately speaking, so close to 70 minutes. But that shouldn't really be much of a determining factor to see if you like the music itself or not, because in the end, it's all about the music and what is being played in the CD as opposed to just how long it is, because I mean, it could be a really short album and it could really suck. It could be a really long album and it'd really rock, just as this one does. So, yeah, that's just all I have to say about that. This is an album that could seem a bit impenetrable at first, hence why I talked about the production and how loud it was when I was listening to it in my car. But when you really just get into the album and give it some repeated listens and just dig deeper into it, you find yourself really you find a lot of stuff that you really enjoy about this album long after you're done listening to it. The Memory Room, for example, it was quite a standout for me. Like, I really love the vocals, like throughout the album, but on this one track, and along with a few others, it's just definitely really just beautiful. You just listen to the melancholic, like baritone, clean vocals, and the really deep growls, courtesy of Paul Kruer, who is a really excellent vocalist. He's definitely quite an asset to this band, and is definitely a really important singer for this genre, I think. He definitely makes a really integral part of the band's sound, which I really, really like, so that's really cool. I really like this band's just really good sense of dynamisty and variety when it comes to songwriting and stuff, because The Memory Room isn't the only good song on this album. It's not the only highlight. There's plenty of others. Like, there's some really speedy tracks like The Brave Pawn, like some acoustic prog tracks like Clear, which is one of my personal favorites in the album. It actually kind of recalls Amorphous in some regard, and like, if you know Amorphous and you listen to this song, you can kind of get a sense of what I'm talking about here. And there's also some really cool slow tracks, like The Grand Circle, which is like the track before the penultimate one. I don't know how you say the third to last song or whatever, but it's definitely a really cool slow burner of a song. There's even a lovely acoustic interlude called Scorpius in the first half of the album, which kind of puts you into a false sense of security. Like, you listen to those final harmonic chords or whatever, and then like a few seconds of silence pass by, and then all of a sudden, bam, unrest just rips right through you. So that's definitely a cool moment right there. And of course, the grand finale, The Silent Dark, is a truly all encompassing tune that just takes all the best elements that have made this album really good and puts it into this nearly 10-minute epic that just blows my mind. I think it's just a really great, excellent song. It has the potential to be album of the year, or song of the year, for 2014, which yeah, it's definitely saying something because there's other artists releasing other songs out there which have that potential to reach it. So I think this song is a good contender, although it's hard to decide because I really love Clear as well. Clear is another excellent song on this album. So, I mean, like I said, it's really hard to pick. There's a lot of really good songs on this album. Any self-respecting fan of doom metal is going to find a lot about this album that they'll really enjoy and will be able to recall for years to come. I've known about this band for about 2 years now, and I've been able to recall elements from their music that I really like, and I'll continue to do the same for this album as well. So this definitely gets my seal of approval, and yeah, highly recommend it. I give it an 8.25 out of 10 personally. Like, sometimes you have to be in the right mood in order to like listen to it the whole way through, because it's not exactly the most upbeat music in the world, which really it's not supposed to be. I mean, it's doom metal. What do you think? But it's still a very enjoyable experience. Like, the deeper you chew into the album's crust and find that really tasty meat that's lurking underneath this doom metal sandwich. So this is just a really, really good album that I highly recommend, like I've said before. So yeah, it gets my thumbs up, and yeah, thank you very much. I'll see ya.